Right, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to episode 2 of Parallel Island. Now, unfortunately, as some of you may have seen on Twitter, this isn't going to be a live episode. I don't know what I did. I mucked up the recording. For some reason, my audio was actually recording from my inbuilt microphone on my computer instead of my microphone that I normally use. So the audio is terrible. So what I've decided to do is put together a little highlight video. I actually recorded 3 more episodes of this series because I was getting really into it, and I thought I might as well just record 3 as quickly as I could. And yeah, it was really enjoyable actually, but very, very difficult. Hardest series I've done so far. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to commentate over these highlights that I've just put together. Hopefully that's okay. I'm really sorry again because yeah, I made a mistake and I hold my hands up. But anyway, as you can see at the start of this video, we got ourselves full iron, killed a bat, and also a silverfish down there in the stronghold, whatever you call it. But unfortunately, we were only on half a bar of hunger. There was nothing else spawning down below. No zombies for me to eat rotten flesh. So I decided to build up as quickly as I could, and I was panicking. At this stage, I really was panicking. I thought maybe mine down some trees, hopefully get an apple when the leaves despawn. And then I really thought, well, what are the chances of that happening? Not very high. At this moment, I was panicking, losing hearts. Hunger right down to 0, nothing. Wasn't even managing to stay on the same amount of hearts. So I decided, what can we do here? Make a hoe. I don't know. We got 1 seed. What can we do? We tried to plant that seed, but we had no bones to grow it up. And I don't know what I was doing here, to be honest. I was just in a massive panic. Down to 3.5 hearts, and nothing was ever going to work. I was kind of doomed from this point, and I knew it. But I decided, let's just try and plant a seed. I don't know why I thought this. It was never going to grow in time, obviously. And then I realized this and thought, wait, we're just going to have to mine down, see if we can find a zombie or something. We were mining down, got some sandstone, had to quickly shift to our pickaxe. Half a heart, and unfortunately, we did actually starve to death. And you cannot respawn in a hardcore mode. But, you know, we weren't going to give up there, guys. We're not going to just try and do it once, fail after 1.5 episodes, and then just give up. So we decided, let's go for Parallel Island V2. Hopefully do things a little bit better. A lot of you were so annoyed with me in the comments. A lot of you left some quite funny comments saying, well, I'll show you one on the screen right now. It's actually really, really good comments. They're kind of like funny, jokey, but also, you know, hint of truth in them. I need to be able to focus more right from the very start on getting my food sorted out. So what I did was I immediately mined up as much grass, broke as much grass as I could, to get 2 seeds, and we planted those seeds pretty much straight away without even thinking twice about it. If you grow seeds, obviously you do get wheat, which can be made into bread. Unfortunately, we only got 2 seeds, meaning that we could only get 2 pieces of wheat, so we couldn't get a bread straight off the bat. But yeah, then I realized, you know, we are going to have to go down because this bread is going to take this wheat is going to take a long time to grow, and especially because we only have 2. We're not going to be able to eat straight away from that. So I got my resources to make a stone pick, and then down we headed. After mining a few trees as well, I hoped to get some apples, but unfortunately didn't get any right off the bat. So we got the saplings, tried to get a bit more seeds. Unfortunately didn't get any, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, then we were on our way down. So mining up trees, I think that's going to be the best strat for me to try and get apples. As I said, we didn't get any, but I think it was good because as you can see a little bit later on, these trees did actually drop saplings, which was, you know, really useful because we can grow our population of trees and have more leaves that will eventually despawn to give us apples. As you can hear, we did hear some skeletons as we went down, which was very encouraging. And it turned out there were actually 3 of them. You can see here you can only see 2, but I'd already killed 1 by this point. I got a really cool little place actually where they couldn't hit me, but I could hit them, which was really sweet actually. Got a really nice drop of 2 bones there as well, and we were into the same cave as before when we mined down a little bit. So that was really nice. After that though, we didn't go we didn't go mining anymore. As you can see, we dropped some saplings, get right back up to the surface to try and, you know, get our food situation on point. Mined up the rest of the leaves there, planted all the saplings, and then we also bone mealed the wheat to get ourselves 2 wheat. As I said before, wasn't going to be enough to get 1 piece of bread, but that was a start already. Unfortunately though, when we actually mined, that was a little bit of a burp there, sorry about that. Unfortunately, when we mined the seeds, we only managed to get 2 seeds back, so we couldn't really expand on our farming program, which is a little bit annoying. So I thought to myself, well, we're not going to get enough food just from really slow bread. Thought maybe we can build a mob platform, hopefully get some mobs spawning. I think it's the right idea, but it just didn't seem to work, even when it was getting to nighttime. And yeah, this is a really, really cool thing. Well, I didn't discover it. Someone told me in the comments, as you can see here. If you look down to the right on your island, if you play this with the seed that I've left in the comments below, you can actually see the Ender portal, which is really, really useful for future when I actually try to find it. It's really useful. I can just swim down, make an opening, and I'm going to be right there. So thank you very, very much for that comment. We didn't wait around though. We decided to go right back down, and after that really, really spooky noise, we managed to 4-hit a skeleton, taking half a heart, and we didn't actually get a bone drop from that. A bone drop, if I remember correctly. Although, yeah, that was it. But then this happened. Yeah, we got exploded. We went down to 4.5 hearts, only 3 bars of hunger. I thought, oh, what are we gonna do? I started panicking because I knew we were in a bad situation once again. My reaction there was, oh my god, I just started screaming. It's just a pretty crazy thing to happen. Down in a very perilous position once again. We did get the bone actually from that skeleton drop, which is really nice actually, because that meant that on 1.5 bars of hunger, we could grow up the last piece of wheat only just. And we did actually get 2 seeds back from that, which I'm really happy about, because that means we can expand on our farming situation. And with 1 bar of hunger left, we decided to go and quickly rush on 4.5 hearts to make our first food in the series, a piece of bread, to bring us up to 3.5 bars of hunger. And that is where we decided to leave the first episode. Still in a very, very dangerous position. Right then, moving into the second episode, and I decided we needed to get a little bit of armor. We had 8 iron, so I decided, yeah, let's leave this smelting, go right back down to the depths in the hope of finding more mobs. I left it relatively dark there on purpose, and we actually found some more iron, went back up to get our chest plate, and that gave us a solid amount of protection, because if we were going to be finding more zombies and mobs and stuff, we needed to be protected. Then we went back up to the surface. It was in fact daytime, but nothing had spawned on that island. I was kind of annoyed. We didn't have any seeds growing, any wheat was nowhere near growing. But then luckily we did actually manage to see a zombie that had spawned, I think, on the sand over there, and then hadn't died because it had gone in the water. So we were so lucky there. And then even more luckily, we managed to find some dead mob drops from a skeleton, giving us 1 bone, which is going to be really, really, really useful in the future. So we then decided that because the mob spawning platform hadn't worked, maybe we were too near. That was the question I was asking in the commentary anyway. So we moved out a little bit, and then we went for apples. Now we mined down every single tree that was on our island, got an apple, and I was so happy with this. And this is when I thought this could actually be the way to eat and not die from starvation. Apple gaming could be a thing. Planted down then as many saplings as we had, wait for them to spawn, and tore down all the trees as well, hoping to get some more drops. The seeds still hadn't grown, and still nothing was spawning, but we were getting lucky with apples, and that was pushing us right up to a solid amount of hunger. And we actually got to the point where we were really, really close to regenerating our health. In hardcore, I think you need to be on full hunger to regenerate, but we were in a very good position. So what I did then, if I remember correctly, was I went back down towards the same caves, hoping that some mobs had spawned to get us a little bit more bones or some other stuff. I didn't even see that creeper there. It didn't make any sound. And the same thing could have happened as the last time, guys. I was shocked. If that creeper had exploded, we would have probably died, to be honest. Luckily, we did manage to get it eventually, but oh, that was a scary thing that just happened there. Still, we were only on a little bit. Still, we were only on 5.5 bars of armor. So, we 5.5 bars of armor, 4.5 hearts. We could have easily died from that. So we decided to get some more coal. Actually, found ourselves a little water source. It actually was the sea, and we swam right back up to it to get back up to our island. I thought it was pretty cool. Little way down, little way up, which is pretty cool. As you can see, we tore down every single one of our saplings, of our trees even, and decided to wait for them to grow. Finally, we placed down some blocks, and we decided to leave the episode there. We just started expanding our mob spawner a little bit more. Anyway, into the start of the third and final episode of the series. The first thing we did was get as much cobblestone as we could with the pickaxes that we had. Also found a little bit of iron as well, which is going to be very useful for getting more armor and buckets and stuff like that along the line. And I thought to myself, what is the problem with this mob spawner? Maybe it needs to be in like in a dark room. So what we did is that we decided to start building the walls, and then we're eventually going to get a ceiling. We also found this apple, which is really awesome. I think apples are definitely going to be the way to go in this series. Up to, what's that, 6.5 bars of hunger. Still not doing too hot on the heart side, but we were finding more apples like this one, then we were definitely on to something in terms of hunger and staying alive really in this series. As I said before, this is the hardest series I've ever done, but there we go, full hunger, and yeah, that meant that, as you can see, we started to regenerate up to full hearts. Now we finished off the mob spawner, putting on a roof. Hopefully stuff was going to spawn in there, but you know, you can never be sure. So we finished off the roof, and then we got down to mining some more trees in the hope of finding some more apples. Unfortunately, we did get a crazy tree, as you can see here. Now, if any of you watch my Let's Play series, you know I absolutely hate these trees. They're so annoying, and they just never despawn because you can't get to every log. It's impossible. You have to just do it bit by bit and, you know, hope that you get as many as you can. So we decided to build up, try and get as many as we could, many of the logs we could. But still, really, really difficult thing to do with those trees. Just have to hope that you don't get any of them. So into the tree we went, mined up as many logs as we could see, and then we decided to leave that tree there for the moment. As you can see though, during that time, we actually spent a long time doing this, and we went down to 2 bars of health, and we had no food that we could immediately get. So at this point, I was worried once again. So we decided to get out of the tree as quickly as we could and get some more food, hoping not to take too much damage as we got out of the tree. Luckily, we didn't actually. So we were thinking to ourselves, how are we going to eat now? Hopefully, some more apples were going to spawn, and luckily for us, they did. We ate a few more apples, I think I can remember. Then we went to check on how the mob spawn was doing. I was praying at this moment that there would be zombies, spiders, skeletons, anything in there. But yeah, it wasn't to be. Unfortunately, there was nothing in there, and I didn't know why really. I thought maybe the light levels are too low. We might have to do a double kind of wall around the side. I checked just to make sure. It looked pretty dark in there to me, but I still think that I'm going to do a double wall around it and on the ceiling as well. Maybe make it a bit higher as well. Maybe that could be the reason they're not spawning in there. But yeah, guys, if you have enjoyed this episode, I know it was a slightly different one. It wasn't a live commentary, but if you do enjoy this kind of stuff, maybe you prefer it, let me know in the comments below. I'll be back with another episode very shortly. Bye!